Knicks family, welcome back to the God of Knicks podcast. I'm your host, Apollo Reed. I'm here with the cousin Rick the Ruler. How you doing, fam?
I'm good. I'm doing well, man. I watched a really good game tonight. I don't know if you caught it.
And it's not ironic that we came back tonight. Actually, I think it was the second quarter. I think Rick had texted me in the chat. He said, "This is the game we're coming back for." I'm like, "Hey." So I said it's the grind, and then look, we ended up winning it. So listen, Knicks beat the Celtics 108 to 105, and it was a tale of two halves, to say the least. You know what I'm saying? First of all, Julius and RJ couldn't hit anything in the first quarter. First half, they just didn't look good at all. But one guy did look good tonight, and the guy that we really trash all over the Knicks fan base, really, just everybody, not here, not just here, because everybody does it.
I don't feel like I trash him. I just say what my expectations for him are, and how he doesn't meet them every night.
A lot.
So
never.
Hardly ever.
Hardly ever.
But tonight is what we're talking about. So
tonight is what we're talking about. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, if you don't know who we're talking about, then you wasn't watching the game.
You weren't watching the game, and if you weren't watching the game, for playback reasons, we're talking about the one and only Evan Fournier here. If you look over here, it says 41 points scored by your boy Evan Fournier.
Not a season high.
Not a season high.
Career high.
A career high. And of course he does it against who? Boston. It's funny because I always say, he shows up when we play Boston. And I actually tweeted it before the game. I said, guarantee you Evan Fournier has a great game tonight. Guarantee you. And then he's gonna fall right back to himself right after this. And hopefully I didn't jinx it on the second half of that tweet.
But the next team we play
is Boston.
So I mean, his next game is gonna be good.
Hopefully that'll be good. That'll be enough for the Evan Fournier hire to come back out and feel strong, and then he'll go on another 10 game disappearing. But listen, plus 18 tonight. 41 points, 8 rebounds. So he's not just out there shooting. 8 rebounds. He was out there scouring. But I mean, this is what he does.
And he was playing defense.
He's playing defense. He was playing. Yeah. He was playing defense.
Yeah,
he's playing defense.
I mean,
he's playing defense.
He's out better defense than he normally does.
And but it's like it's the added juice because of who he's playing. So I try to temper my expectations. Because the last time we had a great conversation about Evan Fournier was when he and Kemba Walker went off on Boston. But I think we lost that game. So this one matters way more. 41 points at home. We win in 41 minutes. You really can't. 42 minutes, 41-55. But 15 for 25 from the field. 25 shots the man took. But listen, he's on fire. You feed him. You feed the hot hand. 60% from the field, 10 for 14 from 3. 10. I think the last Nick to hit 10 threes was J.R. Smith. No, how long ago that was? I think it was like 2016, 2015, something like that. 33% from the free throw line, but he only took 3 shots from the free throw line. He was 1 for 3. But yeah, man, what you see from what else you see from Evan that you liked tonight?
He had their number. He wasn't afraid to shoot, and he shot it. He shot it confidently because I feel like once you see it fall a few times, then you're just like, all right, I got it, and that's what he did. I saw him inbound a pass and just let it fly.
Yeah,
and it fell in. So I mean, if he could just. And I know I'm asking for a lot when I say this. If you could just do this on a regular night, I mean, not the 41 points worth, but just the confidence in his shooting and taking good shots. He had a little side step that he just opened up the whole floor for himself, and he shot it, and it was good to see. and it was good to see Randall not telegraphing his passes to him.
Because he actually looked for his teammates tonight, other
Yeah,
than Evan. You
yeah.
know, but like you said, to get that every night, like Toon says, get him a pair of glasses that shows him green jerseys, and maybe he'll continue to light it up. I don't know. Maybe you gotta get a dark skinned guy in there with a beard. Make him look like Jalen Brown. You gotta get you a tall light skinned guy in there with a beard. But listen, I don't know what it is about this team that lights the fire under this guy, but a career high in the Garden must have felt amazing. Shout out to him. I'm not gonna hate on him. This is what we brought him here to do.
Yeah.
Um, he should still be this guy,
Oh
but let's
my
be
god.
honest. Toxic,
Jeez.
Toxic came in with with some
Kind of
heat.
anti.
Oh yeah. Yeah, what's going on, Toxic? Shout out to the chat, man. You guys are hilarious, man. You guys are hilarious. But yeah, this is what we want him to do. Is he gonna do it every night? I would love to say yes. I don't want to be a hater. I'm
Right.
just going off of stats and facts.
Right.
He does not play like this unless he's playing Orlando or Boston. And until he proves otherwise. And then I'm not going to jump on the Evan Fournier train.
I mean, did he play for any other teams?
No. That's it.
I was hoping maybe he played for a couple other teams. Maybe.
Yeah, if he was a journeyman, like Julius, Julius played for Pelicans and Lakers. Pelicans and Lakers. Yeah. So, and there's some guys throughout the league he's had some animosity towards. So yeah, okay, cool. And now speaking of Julius, let's stay right here.
Okay.
Julius actually seemed as though he was directing some of his animosity in that third quarter towards who?
Williams.
Nope.
Who?
Knicks fans. Yelling at the crowd, talking about that, this is my house. The F you talking about. I'm like, okay, Julius, stay right there. Stay right there. Don't move.
I mean, we can't hear. You did say that. You just
Don't
like,
move.
he needs to stay right there. And then they had him on the bench when they came back. And I was just like, all right, but cool.
Come on. But listen, stay right. I don't want you to move at all. That mindset, cool. Let you just think that we're all talking trash about you. Just think about it every single time. And I think it'll work out for you. Because, I think at a certain point they said he didn't score in the first quarter, and then he had 21 points since then.
First 20 minutes of the game, no points.
Yeah. I mean, I think he had a free throw in the first quarter, and that was it. He ended up with 22 points, 8 for 20 from the field, 2 for 8 from 3, 4 for 6 from the field from the free throw line. Sorry. 8 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals. He's plus 14 from the field. I mean, on the floor tonight. And he started to look pretty good after a certain point. And like I said, stay right there. Mm-hmm. I know a lot of people talk trash. Whatever. Don't worry about that. You're not. This is New York. I don't know what the hell you thought you were gonna get when you came here, but this is what we do. So play well and we'll shut up. It's really pretty simple. I mean, it's not like we want to trash our best players. Like, we're never gonna sit here and say you had a bad game. It's okay. You're never gonna hear that here.
No.
Just for anybody who's ever gonna come to the Knicks, just know we're never going to say it's okay if you had a bad game. It's never going to be okay.
Unless you're on fire like every other night.
Yeah, I mean,
we'll give you one game.
We're still gonna find a reason we're gonna find something there. Come on, man. It's New York. Yeah. But listen, like I said, stay right there. He finished the game with that same energy, and that's kind of what you want to see. You know what I mean? He and was it Robert Williams? He was kind of got into a little bit with him. Was it him?
Yeah, no. That's who I thought his animosity was coming toward, because there was one play where they both fell down, and I think he was gonna like talk trash, but he just got up and like he didn't even wait for his teammates to help him up.
To help him
Like
up,
I
yeah.
saw, yeah, Robinson, he was coming over. He was just like,
Yeah,
"No, I'm
Mitch
good."
was
And he
coming
got up
over.
and ran
Yeah,
because like he was feeling himself at that moment
yeah,
because he
yeah.
got the whistle. He doesn't normally do that, and he noticed tonight he wasn't doing a lot of complaining like he normally does. He wasn't
No,
like
yeah.
in the ref's ear and stuff like that. Maybe like once or twice, but
Yeah. I
old
mean,
habits die hard.
hopefully he's done with that.
I
Hopefully he's
hope,
done with
yeah,
that.
I hope
But
because it doesn't help.
it doesn't help when you sit there talking about talking to the fan. I mean the refs
Officials, yeah.
and trying to do. It's not gonna do anything. It's not gonna do anything.
Except
I
upset
see,
them.
I see Kings in the chat. What's going on?
I just looked at his comment.
Dante, you know we was gonna be happy in here. We didn't even get to the happy part yet.
Word.
But listen, and let's get there. Let's get there. Courtesy of my man Toxic.
Yeah.
RJ had a horrible night, but look now, he's the hero. RJ,
He needed it.
he needed it, and I tweeted that he needed this. See, the thing about RJ is he's passive. He's very, and that's the thing. You can see it in his game. He's not always going to look for his shot, even when he has the ball. And this is why sometimes I say give him the ball, because I don't mean for him to score. He's going to make the right play 9 times out of 10. He's not. He might turn the ball over, but he's never trying to make a bad play. You know what I mean? Whenever he actually completes a play, it's either he gets to the basket or he makes the play the way he's supposed to. It's never a bad play. Oh, you shouldn't have done that, RJ. You only really say that when he turns the ball over or if he misses a layup. Usually it's a good pass. There's a few, like tonight, he couldn't hit the right side of a barn the entire game. Like, it was bad. 4 for 15 from the field, 26.7%. And I was vocal, the biggest RJ apologist here. I was on Twitter. Listen, this is unacceptable, bro. But like I always said, when he's not out there scoring, he's doing other things that just affect the game that you might not see. You might think about the layup. RJ, you keep going at Robert Williams and giving him gifts every single time you go into the paint. Stop giving him. Christmas is over, bro. He doesn't need any more presents.
He brought a block
He's
party
got
to
enough.
New York, man.
Listen. The dude had 7 blocks.
7.
How many of them were RJ? Maybe 4. I had to at some point. It got frustrating, And listen, I tell you, I'm a big RJ fan, but he needs these games. You need these games. You need to figure out another way to be effective outside of getting to your left side and just trying to get a layup in. They know you're going to do that, especially when you have a shot blocking center in there. Mitch, take a lot of notes because you were very quiet tonight.
Mm-hmm. I thought he was going to show up too because they really don't have anybody his size to like really battle him down there. I mean, Robert Williams, he did a decent job, but he actually did a decent job on him open tonight as well.
Listen,
so I don't know if he was having flashbacks or what, but he should really get in there and push that dude around.
Dude, just look at this lineup here. This the guy had 7 points, 4 rebounds in 27 minutes. Now, 3 for 3 from the field. One of those was a pass from RJ, which is why I was going to, which is one of the points I was getting to. RJ makes plays, winning plays, because that was one of the winning plays on that stretch towards the end. That alley-oop to Mitchell Robinson.
I was wondering why they didn't do it sooner. I was just like, they're priming and ready for it. They're waiting for the shot. Throw it in there. Let them put it down.
No one looks for these guys.
I don't get it.
It's crazy. No one looks for these guys. RJ will have 4 or 5. He'll like tonight, 4 for 15, and you might think he was all over the place. I think RJ was just taking a lot of shots tonight. He wasn't really getting to trying to run and play make. When he tries to play make, he had 6 assists tonight. And that's with shooting bad. You know what I'm saying? I think if he was able to just be more of a playmaker, I think tonight the 2 scorers clearly were Julius Randle and Evan Fournier. And you just got to slide right in and be effective wherever you can. And that's what he was doing. He was making plays off the ball and just grabbing rebounds here and there, and then 6 assists. A lot of those assists. Another play he made was when he drove in and he kicked it out to Quickly, and Quickly drove in and got that layup.
Yeah.
And towards the end, just very crucial plays. You don't see him scoring, but being able to mentally stay in the game without being in the game sometimes, and making effective plays, and then going towards the end. I don't know if they called it for RJ, but it looked like they called it for RJ, which was weird.
Yeah. I guess they figured we're tied. Worst case scenario, we go.
Yeah, we're tied.
Overtime,
yeah, and then
we're
tied.
Pour it in on them.
Right. Worst case scenario, we're going for overtime, and
going to Evan was too obvious.
Yeah, going to Evan was too obvious, and we've seen, they're probably gonna throw a double at Julius. RJ, let's see what you got. They called his number and he made the shot.
I really would love to know what play they called, though.
I really want to know what play they called. And if they really called that play for RJ, that says a lot of confidence that the coach has in him.
Especially after a game like that game.
Especially after that game. I mean, he was 2 for 4. He didn't take a lot of threes tonight, which is something we've seen in the past. He'll take a ton of those. He might miss 4 or 5 layups, but he'll take 5, 6 threes. He only took 4 tonight, and that one, the last one was the game-winning one. But 13 points, he was a +1, which means don't get me wrong.
He just made it out of the negative.
He just made it out of the negative, but let's be honest. He's guarding Jason Tatum. Jason Tatum.
That's word.
Like I'm not gonna trash the kid. He's a third-year, 21-year-old player trying to guard Jason Tatum. And Jason Tatum's bag is deep.
Yeah.
his bag is deep. Let's be real. So and he was playing good defense on him for most of the game. A lot of times he was throwing up some bad shots. He threw up some air balls with RJ with a hand in his face. RJ plays pretty good defense. He takes the toughest assignment every single night, especially when you have a wing player on the other end. But actually the game, the bucket that tied it from Jason Tatum was on RJ Barrett. And RJ Barrett came right back on Jason Tatum and hit the game winner. You know what I'm saying? And that's how the cookie crumbles sometimes. You gotta make a play. I'm glad he made that play. I'm gonna need to see a better game out of you, RJ.
I was when Tatum hit that shot and it was like 1.5 seconds left on the clock and Knicks had possession. I would love to know who he was looking at. Or if he was just looking at the guarding crowd and like kind of doing that whole I got crowd. This type thing.
Yeah, guarding crowd, yeah.
So I was so glad that when he hit that shot, when RJ hit that shot, they kind of like panned and saw Tatum looking mad sad and walking away. I was like, that was the moment for me, really, because we all know that shot from Barrett was lucky. It hit off the glass, like we. That wasn't what he was trying to do, but
a lot of these, but you got to look at it. It's the fact that he was in the moment. A lot of guys can make better shots than that in that moment, but they're not going to go to them. You think Quickly could have had a better shot than RJ in that moment?
Oh yeah,
probably.
Definitely.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. But some guys are just supposed to be in those moments. You look at the shot from Kawhi over the Sixers, which shouldn't have counted anyway because he traveled when he caught the ball. He took like 5 steps. It was bad. If you really look back, if you go back and look, he caught it and turned around and went the opposite direction before he started dribbling. I was like, God, that's crazy. But, superstar. And it rattled in, lucky shot. Even Kobe Bryant over D-Wade, Kobe said it himself that it was a lucky shot. It was off 1 foot. Then it's like 1 foot off the backboard, going the opposite way. Yeah, these shots are lucky shots, man.
It's Kobe, man. Kobe don't get no lucky shots, man.
Sleep with the basketball. Kobe said it was lucky. Then it was lucky.
I think he was just trying to be nice.
Kobe trying to be nice? What?
Yeah, Kobe's a very nice guy.
That was not in basketball.
Oh yeah, very nice guy. Nah, he's not gonna be like I'm trash, but he's gonna be like, all right, that one was lucky, but come on, man. Bro, he was a very confident dude.
We're talking about a guy who's sitting. He wasn't even playing. He was behind the bench, and someone was talking trash to them, and he starts counting how many rings he has on his finger. This is the same guy we're talking about.
But those
He
are
was
just
not
facts.
nice.
That has nothing to do with being nice. He was just speaking
Yeah,
facts.
it was a fact. He told a fact. It was a lucky shot.
All right, it was a lucky shot.
Because Wade played hella great defense on him. But, like I said, you got to be put in that position to make it. So RJ was put in that position and he made it. And all of that does for a guy like RJ is to boost his confidence. That's it. And you just got to have more of these moments. You have more and more of these moments, and then it's for your mindset. And that's what I'm happy about for RJ, is because a lot of guys don't get that opportunity. Obi, I would love for Obi to get that opportunity. You know what I'm saying? You know how much Obi would need a game-winning shot? Are you kidding me? You know what that would do for Obi's confidence? You know what I'm saying? But not everybody gets those opportunities, but when you get them, you have to take advantage of them, and it adds to your confidence, and it takes you to the next level. Everybody else had a pretty good game. Decent game. Alec Burks.
He was 1 for 10. 1 for 10, Alec Burks.
If it wasn't for Quickly in this game, while Burks was in there with him, this game would have been a wash. Because RJ sat for a while because he wasn't playing well. And they just ran with I think it was that the second unit just ran out there for a while. It was Burks, Taj, Quentin Grimes, Quickly, and Obi. And it did not look good. It wasn't looking good. And I think that was one of the points where the lead got out of hand. If you look at the plus minus, you don't really see Quentin Grimes and Obi topping with plus minus numbers like that often. They didn't put any points on the board, but they let the other team put a lot of points on the board. I mean, it was pretty bad at that time, I think, and that's when he just did a full platoon swap and swapped everybody out of there, and they started putting some points on the board. But
Taj still got it, man. Like, I know he don't have it like the way he used to be, but like he makes smart plays, man.
He's that guy, man. He's just that guy.
He's smart plays.
I mean, the fact that I remember more of Taj in this game than Mitch is just crazy. And Taj played less than Mitch did.
Yeah.
He just knows how to make the right plays. He can hit the foul line jumper. Just give me that, Mitch. Oh, I'm not gonna go there. We're not gonna go there today. But he hits you. He can hit you with the pick and roll. He can fade to the foul line. He can hit you with the elbow jumper. Just setting a solid pick, a screen, just knowing where to be. Invaluable.
Very smart basketball player.
Invaluable. You just gotta have that guy on your court. I hate when he's injured and then he's not out there. Just put him on the bench, like, you know what I'm saying? Because sometimes just having him there, the big men they look over to him and, all right, maybe I shouldn't have did that, because Taj is gonna make sure they know.
Yeah.
But outside of that, like you said, Burks 1 for 10. Like I said, Quentin Grimes, Obi Toppin, it just wasn't their game. I don't think Coach really put them in just to give the other guys rest tonight.
Yeah, pretty much.
He didn't really
pretty much
have them in there.
If Obi showed up in those few minutes that he played, he would get more minutes. You know what? I shouldn't say that, because they love Randall, and even when Randall has bad games, Randall still gets Randall minutes. But Obi needs to show up in those few minutes that he gets, just to show like, yo, I deserve more. You can't go out there scoring nothing for whatever minutes you're in and expect to get more minutes. That's not how it works. So he's capable, but he just has to show up when his number's called.
That's that, and that's it. Toxic says Knicks fans are mad easy to please. Just play good. It's that simple. Like like I was saying earlier, man.
I wish that were true.
Listen, what do you mean?
I feel like as Knicks fans, we believe that. But I feel like even when we have great players, we're just like, oh man, we still need this and we need that, and like I feel like we're not easy to please. We're really not.
Bro, but because we've never had a championship team to sit here and actually not complain about. When was the last 2000? 99, 2000 versus the Spurs when we got washed in 5 games? That was the last time we had a team.
But every
Even
time we
close
have
to
a decent, all right, let's break it down then. We have decent players from time to time.
right.
And we always shout, trade them. And I'm just
Every
like,
franchise does this though. I'm not gonna
well,
lie.
that's what
Every
I'm saying.
I've checked Twitter, and we're actually not the worst out there. So it gives me a little bit of comfort. These guys are like, yo, trade Bill. He's ass. I'm like, God, bro, you guys are
Trade who?
crazy. Bill.
Oh, Bradley Bill.
It's man, but anyway, but they watch him every night. They watch him night in and night out. They say he's not a great leader. The same thing we say about Julius a lot of times, which is crazy. I don't know if I want those problems, but this is how the game goes, man. There's gonna be things that we're gonna like about players. I think we are pretty easy to please if you come in and you do your job. We're not like J.R. Smith.
Mm-hmm.
Was he a superstar? No. But did we hate him? Hell no, because he came in and did exactly what we expect him to do. He was a 6 man.
Yeah.
He was a 6 man. You know what I mean? Easy to please. He did dumb stuff all the time and we let it go. Why? Because he did his job. That's it. He was untying shoelaces at the free throw line. We let it go. Why? Because he did his job. And if you just play well, I don't know. You can't really say it much better than that. Shout out to brother BKL Contreras. What up, fellas? I'm so surprised that RJ clutch shot that game in 1.5 seconds. That's why I'm an RJ guy. Nobody hate that guy. Go baby. Listen, RJ, he's my guy. He's my guy. He has a lot, and these guys know he's my favorite Knick at this point. But he has a lot of stuff that he needs to work on. But he needs these moments, and I'm glad he got one. I'm glad he got one of those moments, man, because boy, Knicks Twitter tonight would have went crazy if we lost that game. If RJ would have finished with just 10 points, the 13 he had tonight with the win, okay, we'll let you slide. You got us the game winner versus Boston at home.
But he made it to the foul line and missed. Randall did too, but RJ had a tough time scoring on the field. So when you go to the line, you gotta make those.
Yeah, you gotta
make those. Like he was going. I don't know if he was gonna shoot the ball or pass it or what, but he got fouled. He got bailed out of whatever he was about to do.
Yeah,
you gotta make those.
But I mean, he was 3 for 4. He missed one.
Yeah,
that was the only free throw. In clutch minutes. But
if it's early in the game, all right, fine. You still got the rest of the game to make up for it. But in clutch minutes, you need them.
I'm not giving him a pass. I'm just not surprised. That's all I'm saying. I'm just not surprised when he and Julius go to the free throw line in the final minutes. I expect them to go 1 for 2. I expect them to go 1 for 2, and they both went 1 for 2 in crunch time tonight. So I mean,
for that alone, they deserve to lose. Honestly, they worked their way all the way back from a 20-point deficit,
25,
just to miss free 25.
25.
It was that deep.
25.
Well, I came in on halftime, and they were down 18, and then they went up, and then they went down 20. So, but you don't work your way all that way just to make it a super close game. You hit every single foul shot that you get. I mean, you just have to. They're free.
Yeah, they're free. So, they're free shots, man. Free shots.
No defense. Just hit it. You get how long before your time is up? Like take your time.
24 seconds. Yeah, that's
make
it.
A shot.
Oh, you talking about the free throw? Yeah, 10 seconds. Yeah, 10 seconds. Something else he says, in my opinion, it was unbelievable. An unbelievable game by Evan Fournier. Seriously, I hate that guy, but I give credit to that guy. Listen, man.
Why you hate him?
Nah, we know why he hates him. He shouldn't hate him,
right?
But
he's just inconsistent.
We get it.
But he's capable.
He's capable. He has games like this. I just wish we didn't have to go to him so often for him to get a game once every now and then out of him like this. Like, I wish he was a little bit more efficient to where he can get games like this, not like this, but just he can get hot off of 10 shots, just off of 10. If he can get hot, a little bit more efficient off of 10 shots, make 5 to 6 out of 10 shots, I think that'll be beautiful because then he doesn't have to have the ball in his hands all game to have a great
Trying
game.
to get it, yeah.
You know,
I agree.
and that's the thing with Evan. I don't think he's a bad player. I think he just needs the ball in his hands a lot to get into rhythm sometimes, unless you're playing the Boston Celtics. So it's just
It's facts. I mean, what can you say?
it is what it is. Exactly. I was thinking they're going overtime, and everyone's thinking give the ball to Evan Fournier. No, pass the ball to RJ and shoot with the miracle. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
facts.
I don't even know, man. I would love, like I said it before, I would love to know what play they drew up. I would
Yeah,
love to know.
that play, I gotta see. I want to know what that huddle was like, and I can't wait to see these post game interviews. Yeah, all these guys are tweeting about it. I guess they haven't had the chance to have post game interviews, which is going to be a bummer. You usually like to like hear these guys' emotion, because and I feel like there's not going to be any post game interviews because usually these guys they're tweeting after the game, tweeting about RJ. I think quickly tweeted about RJ, and Evan Fournier just tweeted about RJ. But I didn't. Usually they talk about them, but I think because of it was a what you call night, nationally televised game. We didn't have our guys there, but we'll see. Maybe we get an interview or two, maybe out of coach or something behind closed doors in the hallway somewhere. Salute, big task at hand. Salute to everyone in the chat. Hope all is well. Good win, Nick Pride.
Like pride.
Salute to you, man. Salute to you, bro.
Speaking of,
Appreciate you, man.
like I most of y'all probably know, I wear a Knicks hat every single day to work. And Doc, there's some Knicks fans in there, closet Knicks fans, because they don't speak too loud when they be like, "Oh, you're a Knicks fan too." But this one doctor came up to me. He was like, "You're a Knicks fan?" I was just like, "Yeah, unfortunately, right now, yes, I'm a proud Knicks fan."
They haven't been playing well, but
I was like, "Yeah," and that's exactly what he said. He's like, "They haven't been playing well." And then he was just like, "But Randall," and I was just like, "Yeah, that's a little glimmer of hope that we have right now. So we'll see what we can do with it." But and when people say stuff like that, I know that they're actual Knicks fans. So shout out to all the Knicks fans out there for real.
Shout out to the closet ones.
Even the closet ones, like King.
Even the closet ones. So yeah, man. What else we got? But it's not much. We don't want to beat a dead horse here. These guys won.
We played them again in a couple nights. So
played them again in a couple
we'll see if
nights.
we can get a repeat of this. That would be great. Oh, also, we with tonight's win, we take their spot in 10th place.
Yeah, because we were tied. Actually, we were both 18 and 20.
Yep. But they were still over us. So
which is weird because we both won one game versus each other. We won opening night and they beat us the last time.
I think it's the
it goes off the most
amount. No, I think it's the amount of the victory over the team. Maybe it is most recent. I think that makes more sense, but I think
which is still silly unless something like home wins might play into it or road wins or
that's I don't know. Homework. Gotta figure that out because I've noticed that a couple times and I'm just like I don't understand why are we still underneath, but but we checked their spot tonight, which is good. We gotta get a little momentum going. See if we can climb this ladder a little bit.
We got a few games coming up. Let's see here. Let's see. We have the Boston Celtics again on Saturday.
Yep.
Monday we have the San Antonio Spurs. Then we have the Dallas Mavericks. I don't think they've been playing too well.
Is Luka playing again? I think he is.
Which I'm not too upset about because I think did we have their draft pick this year? I gotta check. I know we have Charlotte's draft pick this year. If some contingents that the Charlotte pick is odd because I think it's like if we don't get it this year at a certain thing, then it rolls over to next year, and if we don't get it next year at a certain picked and it rolls over and then we get whatever. It's just very crazy. If anybody's in the chat knows how that pick works out for us, please let me know. Minnesota, I think they won the other night. D'Lo had a pretty bad game. I think it was like 3 for 10. I don't know what's going on with D'Lo. I don't know if that's something that is happening often. But yeah, the Pelicans did not beat the Warriors, but as we said, there's no Steph Curry, no Draymond that game. So we got some winnable games coming up. We can beat the Boston Celtics, obviously. We're 2-for-1. That is the last game.
As long as they don't go in there cocky, we can beat them.
We don't deserve to go into any game cocky, this team.
But you know us. We do that. We play down to teams that we think we're going to beat, and then we play up to teams that we should lose to. So, it all depends on how they walk in.
And it was bad because at one point I'm sitting there looking at Dennis Schroeder like, yeah, we were trashing him, but he was trashing us. Because we were like, nah, the only player that's left is Dennis Schroeder. And then like, oh, but we got Kemba. Oh, let's go. And then you see how the season turned out.
But still, Schroeder is not someone that a lot of teams are looking at as
he's a bench scorer. Yeah. I think he's a bench scorer. A good 6-man. Yeah. He's actually at his value now, which sucks. He lost a lot of money, but he's at his value.
I know, man. That's nothing that he's never gonna live down.
He's never gonna live that down. But I mean, listen, he's always gonna have a job. He's a baller. And at this point, he's gonna play as long as he can because he missed out on a lot of money.
I mean, Boston, they only signed him, I think, a 1-year deal. I think they mentioned that tonight. So he's gonna be looking for a home.
Yeah.
He'll get a job though. He'll
definitely get a job. So where are we when it comes to the standings once again?
That's what I'm looking at right now. So above us is Washington. They're 19-19. Charlotte is 20-19. And then the Raptors are 18-17. So if we take 2 games, we can put ourselves in 8th place. And then we really have to just work hard because Toronto and Cleveland, they're playing pretty well. Cleveland is playing a lot better than most people expected
them. Yeah, they're 21-17 right now.
They're like neck and neck with Philly. And then I think everyone else above Philly is doing exactly what we expected them to do.
And Kyrie just came back for Brooklyn last night.
Yep, he put on a show.
I mean, listen, I'm not a Brooklyn fan. Screw those guys, but I'm happy. I'm happy to see guys that do what they love to do. Especially with how it played out. I'm sure he was sitting around watching. He's like, you guys got all your shots and you guys still don't want me to play because clearly you guys are all getting sick. So, and I think as soon as that wave happened where everybody was getting sick, he came right back like, yeah, sorry, come on, guys, come on over. But now it sucks because if I think like I was talking to Dre earlier about it. If you go to the finals, you can't play at your home games.
Yeah.
So I mean, and then I was talking to Toon about that, and Toon said it'd be funny if he did that, and then he said he actually had his card the whole time. He said, "See, I just wanted to prove a point."
That would be a Kyrie thing to do.
Yeah, that would be a Kyrie thing to do. Like he been got a shot. I'm like, nah, man, that would be funny. But
shout out to Toon also because that dude's lighting up the fantasy league, man.
Yeah, man, he's doing his thing. My teams, all of this COVID stuff, bro. I don't.
Yeah, it made the league real funny looking.
It's annoying. I'm not doing my own league until this stuff is done. I'm joining leagues for like 2 years until all this COVID stuff is over. But yeah, it's just been a lot. Chicago Bulls 25-10. Quick question: you think they're gonna stay there? They stay number 1 in the East for the entire year?
I think Brooklyn. Well, I don't know. I think Miami. Maybe because right now I don't see any team that's playing. Brooklyn is 2 games back from them.
And that's only because they played a lot more games than they played less games than Brooklyn and Milwaukee. Yeah, they played one. Oh, they played one less game than Brooklyn, and in Milwaukee they played 5 less games. Jeez, wow. I mean,
because they're the defending champs, so
yeah,
they're gonna set them up.
yeah. They're gonna get some breaks though. Second half of the season, they're gonna go crazy. That's just how it happens.
Chicago got an 8-game win streak, so
Yeah, man, they're balling. I mean, and two of those came from pull up from my guy DeMar DeRozan.
mm.
2 game winners back to back. The first back to back in NBA history since something crazy. Just like goodness gracious. And we could add him here too. That'd have been nice. But whatever. We got what we got.
Yeah. Shout out to my boy Dwight who called it. He was talking about Chicago's gonna be the team to beat, and I was just like, yeah, okay, but
Yeah, I was too, but it was more hate. I ain't gonna lie, I hated on him. I was like, God damn, they can hold the guy.
like he was like, oh, they got Caruso, yeah, oh, that was what did he say? He said that was what put them over the edge, and I was just like, Alex Caruso is what put them over the edge. I said, all right.
Yeah. And then you look at all of the highlights of Alex Caruso, and you're like, yeah, he put him over the edge.
He put him over the edge.
He put him over the edge. He was the guy. He was the guy.
It.
Yeah.
He called it. So
I mean, you look at what that team is doing. They're pretty special. They like playing with each other. You got unselfish ball players. You got Zach. You got DeMar, of course, but then you got Caruso and Alonzo running around, just being terrors on the perimeter, and being unselfish.
Yeah.
It's a wonderful offense. So the only question is, what would they look like in the playoffs?
Yeah.
When the game gets slower and you have to have a half court offense? It looks amazing now. I would like to see what it looks like in the playoffs. It's a different beast. It's a completely different beast. Teams that go on runs like this in the regular season usually don't do well in the playoffs because they're feeding off of a run. They're not really going off of a playbook of consistency, which is why I'm not tripping about Golden State kind of falling off right now. Like Clay's coming and they're already playing well. They're going to be good. But they're playing off of a system. Chicago, these guys just got together and they're playing well. Clearly, their system is working right now, but will it work through deep into the playoffs? You know what I'm saying? I don't know if they can go against a team like Miami or Milwaukee at some point in the playoffs and still be able to deal with everything. But who knows? But with the way that the Brooklyn Nets are looking, when they're at full strength, if they can play every other game without Kyrie and not worry about it, they're going to be what they were supposed to be.
If they could pick him up every other game,
and they're already second in the East.
That's almost like a cheat code.
Yeah, they're already second in the East. But
we'll see.
It is what it is.
I just want Brooklyn to lose because I hate when super teams come together.
I can't stand it. Yeah, and I don't want to sound like a hater, but I like organic winning. That's why I love what Milwaukee did last year. Even if Phoenix won, I loved it because
Phoenix too.
Those guys were drafted there. Outside of Chris Paul, he was traded there. He didn't force his way there. They asked him where he wanted to go. He said Phoenix. He went there. Nice. But when you talk about the Brooklyn Nets and how they gutted the team to get these guys there, and then you got seasons twice, but you got seasons of these guys not actually playing at all because they're hurt. And then you get to the one of the final dances last year and you can't get over the hump because you're hurt. Is it really worth it after all of that? This is like the final year of their contract, I think, after this year. Next year, I think. And they're just about to maybe get into the finals with the team that they put together. Like that's
I just want them to get real close and not do it. I mean, I know this sounds like I'm being a real hater.
Listen,
you might be right.
If they go, I don't care. If they go against Golden State, I pray they go against Golden State. Because if they lose to Golden State,
that would be icing.
that would be the icing on the cake. Especially with Clay coming back, and Clay comes back and then they win the championship. Especially because the last time they were in there, Clay, Steph, and Kevin Durant were playing together. Ah, man, that would be beautiful. That'd be beautiful. But hey, this is the Gotta Picks podcast, and we just now beat the Boston Celtics once again, 108-105. I'm gonna go enjoy some memes on Twitter because I'm sure they're flying around there. If you're here, hit that like button, please. Pay us with a like. That's all we ask for.
And if you jump on social media, just say something nice about Evan Fournier. He had a great game, career high tonight, and he did it for New York. So please.
But we're watching you, Evan.
Please.
We're watching you. We're watching you, Evan. And I'm sure he wants us to continue watching him. We're gonna keep, I won't watch you on games where we're not playing the Celtics because you probably won't be watchable. But I'm gonna say something nice about Evan Fournier.
There you go. Start him off.
You had a great game tonight.
There you go.
I thank you for your contribution.
Contribution. Yeah.
Jesus Lord.
Just let
I can't even say it. Contribution to this team, especially tonight. In a game where we needed you against against the Boston Celtics. But do me a favor. Bring it more often. Or get up out of here.
That's not what we were going for, but you tried.
Nah, I tried, but this is New York. I told you, man, you play well, you get something out of us. But bing bong, whatever. I ain't tripping. Ain't tripping. But listen, man, thank you. I don't like this. What you about to say? Yeah, man. Listen, I tried to keep it positive. My bad. I tried to keep it positive, but bring it more often, Evan. But that's it. That's all we got. You got any final words, Cuzzo?
Yeah. Thank you for joining us on our first show back from. This is the first show of the new year.
First show of the new year.
Yeah. Thank you for joining us, everybody in the chat. Thank you very much for supporting us. Yeah, keep supporting us. You know, we got hopefully our next show, Dre will be back, and he's a ball of fun. So
he's a ball of fun, man.
Shout out to Dre if you're listening.
And we'll be back with more stuff. It's been a heck of we had a family wise, we had a tough ending toward the year, and then beginning. So we're got our feet in the mud, but we're getting out of it right now. I'm actually waiting for a COVID test. I've had this light in my eye for the past 49 minutes, and my head is ringing right now. So hopefully, I got the rapid and it was negative. So I'm just waiting for the actual test to come in. So we'll see. But just hoping the family stays safe and healthy, and for all of you guys out there as well. This COVID stuff is not a joke. So please, everybody, take care of your family. Be safe. And next time we'll be back with another win versus the Boston Celtics on Saturday. And that's it. Yeah, you guys have a good one. Thank you once again, man. Till next time. Peace.